Well, hello everyone. It's Chef Jazzy John. I'm back once again today. Today we're here to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, which is actually starting today. And also joining me today, I have my friend and neighbor, Chef Marquita. And she's going to be preparing a homemade salsa. And I'm going to be preparing today a shrimp enchilada in a creamy sauce. So as usual, let's get started. Let's get right into it. Hope everyone's been doing well. So we're gonna start on our ingredient list as usual. So we're gonna start with, and this recipe will make you 12 shrimp enchiladas. If you only need 6, then you just cut it in half. So our list is, we're gonna start with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we're gonna have 2 pounds of shrimp. And I cut them up. I'll show you how to cut them in a minute. And then we have our shallots. Shallots is a form of onion. I'm going to cut that for you. And then we have our red bell pepper. That's 1 red bell pepper. And I use 2 shallots. And that's 1 red bell pepper. And then we have 1 jalapeno that I'm going to mince up for you. And then we have a teaspoon of cumin. You know, cumin is a Mexican seasoning. And then we have our enchiladas. We're going to be using 12 tortilla shells. 12 tortilla shells. And then we have 6 tablespoons of butter. And we have 6 tablespoons of flour. Then we have 3 cups of chicken broth. It's right here. And then we have 1 cup of sour cream, right there. And then we have 2 cups of shredded Monterey Jack cheese. And we have 4 tablespoons of cilantro, which I'll be cutting up right here. Okay. All right. So as I get started, I'm going to have Chef Marquita speak on her dish and talk about Hispanic Heritage Month. So come on in, Marquita, and I'm going to get started. You can just watch me.
Hola, mis amigos. ¿Cómo estás? So today I am going to share my salsa recipe. I love using fresh salsa, and I really encourage everyone else to use fresh salsa with their dishes. Hispanic Heritage Month is an opportunity for everyone to celebrate the advancements and the contribution of Hispanics into American culture. So we can celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month by visiting museums or visiting the library to, check out books about Frida Kahlo, Cesar Chavez, and other famous Hispanic.
Okay, well, thank you, Chef Marquita.
Yeah, sure.
So now I'm going to continue to show you what I'm going to be doing here. So we started with the olive oil. That's actually for a different step. We have another step to go. So we're going to start with the raw shrimp. Well, no, first I'm going to start with the vegetables. So I have this shallot. And so we're going to just take it. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me change my camera. So we're going to start with the shallots first. So what I did, I took 2 shallots. And you just slice them real nice and thin. Just like so. Then I cross cut them, so you just have a nice small dice. I have everything kind of on the board already, sorry about that. And then I have a jalapeno that I actually cut the end off. And jalapenos have seeds in it, that's where all the heat is. So we're gonna take all the seeds out. Alrighty. I already cut some already, so we're gonna just do the same way. Slice it nice and thin. Then cross cut it this way. Alrighty. Okay, so now that's your shallots and your bell pepper right here, and your jalapenos. So now I have everything chopped up, diced up I should say. So we're going to just put it all in those little cup for now. And then we're going to start on our shrimp. So it's already a nice, beautiful colors. Nice and bright orange, green, and yellow. Okay. So now, we're going to take our shrimp and use a pound of shrimp. And basically what you do, you're going to take a shrimp and cut them in half. So for this dish, I'm using 2 pounds of shrimp because I'm making a dozen. So just take them and cut them in half. Real nice and simple and easy. Okay. So yes, Chef Marquita, she's a specialist in authentic Mexican food. I love her guacamole, I love her salsa, and I really love her margaritas. Her margaritas. Yes. I always get her name mixed up. That's why she's so good at margaritas, because they sound like Marquita.
Nice, friendly neighborhood favorite.
So, okay, we're almost done here. So it's gonna make 12 wonderful enchiladas. You can always substitute this with chicken or whatever you want to do also. So now we're going to go into our second phase, which I'm going to start preparing the shrimp. Okay guys, so now it's time to put in the 2 tablespoons of olive oil in your skillet. I'm going to let that get hot. Okay, so now we have our oil getting hot. We're going to put in our 2 pounds of shrimp, cut up shrimp. So this moves kind of fast, so because you know shrimp only take about 45 minutes to cook once they start to turn pink and lucent. So as I'm doing this, Chef Marquita is going to start transitioning her recipe over to my side. I'm going to move this out of her way. She needs a lot of space. Okay. Okay, so I'm putting the shrimp in, and I'm going to add in all the vegetables, the jalapenos, the bell pepper, and the scallion. Shallots. I keep calling them scallion and the shallots. So we're going to just stir it all around. Hope there's enough room for you, Chef.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Good to
all
go.
right, okay. So she's going to tell you her ingredients, what she has. Well, I do this.
Alright, so for the fresh salsa, I have 6 Roma tomatoes. I love using Roma tomatoes for my salsa. Roasted red pepper. Now, it's not mandatory, but I prefer roasting my red pepper along with my jalapeno because it really elevates the salsa, and especially when you're using the salsa for seafood items, it just pairs nicely. 1 red onion and 2 lime. Now, one thing about using lime and jalapeno, I like to use the rule of más o menos, so more or less depending on your taste.
All right, okay.
And then cilantro. Again, más o menos. I'm one of the few minority of folks who do not like cilantro. It tastes like dish soap to me.
I love cilantro.
But for my friend John, I'm going to use a little bit more than I normally would for myself.
All right, okay, so she's ready?
Yeah,
Are you
so
ready?
we're going to go ahead and get started.
Okay.
So I have my 6 tomatoes. I have my roasted red pepper. If you notice, you have a little bit of juice there. It helps to keep everything together.
Throw some of that in here.
Right, I know, right?
This is fun.
Yes, so we're going to combine that.
Okay.
Next, I have my 1 red onion. If you're using a smaller red onion, 1 is fine, but if the onion's a bit larger, use half of that onion. But again, más o menos.
Something else that I love red onions. I literally can slice a red onion and eat it.
You know what? I can only tolerate red onion if it's in my salsa or if it's on a burger.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
I can have it on anything. Potato salad, whatever.
Next, I have 2 limes. So we're going to cut the lime in half and we're just going to squeeze it. Again, más o menos, more or less, depending on if you like your salsa tart. I like my salsa on the tart side, so we're gonna go with 2 limes today.
Okay, Chef, so now my shrimp and the vegetables are basically done. You see they're looking nice and opaque.
Really good.
So that is good. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna cook them just another minute or so. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in my garlic. And this is 2 tablespoons of garlic. If you're a regular watcher of mine, viewer of mine, you know I'm allergic to raw garlic, so I always buy it already minced up.
That's right.
The first time I found out about that, I was making, what was I making? I was making a dish with raw garlic, and all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. Yeah, I couldn't breathe. My wife almost had to take me to the hospital. Yeah, so I can eat it once it's cooked, but I cannot eat it raw. I can't even smell it raw. Okay, so the shrimp are ready. I'm gonna turn off my stove. We're gonna sit them to the side. We're gonna pour them back in the same container. Okay, let's sit this here for a second. This shouldn't hurt it. Okay, so I'm gonna just put all the shrimp in one little casserole dish here. So our next step is gonna be our sauce. Oh, these are gonna be so wonderful. I can smell the garlic and the jalapeno and just everything already. Okay, so just right over here. Okay, you're on.
All right, mis amigos. So it's now time to add in the star of the show, the jalapenos. So I am putting my gloves on because I wear contacts, and the membrane of the jalapeno produces the spiciness along with the seeds. The seed is what gives it the spice. This version of my salsa is going to be a little bit spicier than normal, only because I roasted my jalapeno. So if you notice, this is my roasted jalapeno here. I roasted them, yes.
Nice,
so I like to roast my jalapeno.
Nice,
I like to roast my red pepper. As I said earlier, it helps to really elevate that flavor, and it works well with seafood dishes. So we're gonna go ahead and dice up the jalapeno. So we're gonna cut off the top here, cut it in half. Here's your membrane here. I'm going to leave some of the seeds for the heat. Yes, because when you roast it, it actually brings out the heat. We like my salsa pretty spicy, so I like to roast it just to make sure we get that full effect. I have one jalapeno here prep, but let me just dice this for you finally. And then we'll add this into the bowl.
All right, looking beautiful, looking beautiful.
Thank you. Well, sometimes I will eat an jalapeno just
Do you
right
really?
out the fridge.
Okay, wow.
Every now and then if I'm feeling brave.
I love spicy.
Yes.
Guys, one little step I left out. I didn't add in the cumin.
Oh,
So I'm gonna just sprinkle it on top and just stir it in. It's no big deal. You know, we have a lot going on here today, so.
Cumin is one of my favorite spices to use. You know, mis amigos, I'm not sure if you all know, but cumin is derived from cilantro.
That's right.
When you
That's
dry
right.
it,
That's right. That's right.
You can make your own cumin. Dry your cilantro, grind it up. All right, let's finish dicing this, and then we will be good to go.
Ready?
Chef, this is going to be amazing with your enchiladas. I already
Sure.
know. I cannot wait to try
We are
them.
excited.
Yes.
I am excited. I have some Spanish rice and some black beans
Ooh.
that we're gonna have to accommodate this. Accompany this.
I'm really only used to the mole enchiladas, the chicken and mole. That's how my mom makes it. So I really cannot wait to try these
Fantastic.
shrimp ones. All right, so your cilantro, again, as I said earlier, más o menos, I have half of a bushel here for you.
You said half a bushel?
Half of a bushel.
Okay.
Yep. If you do a whole bushel, that's up to you. But considering my taste buds, I can tolerate half of the bushel.
Half a bushel.
Yep.
Oh, that smells wonderful already.
Look at this.
I can't wait. Well, we about to have us
Alright.
a fan. Okay, so now we have the butter melted. So now we're going to add in our 6 tablespoons of flour. This is more or less like a roux or a thickener. So we just stir this in until it's all constituted together. You can actually use a whisk, but this is kind of like a little whisking tool here. Whisking spoon, since it has holes in it, slots in it. We have another beautiful summer day out here. The weather's about 80 degrees. Okay, so now you see I have that all whisked in. No lumps. Make sure you don't have any lumps. I'm gonna ask Chef Marquita, can she cut me up some more? Oh, no, I have more. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna start adding 3 cups of chicken broth. We're gonna do a little bit at a time so that it thickens up. I gotta make sure my fire is good. My fire is not good. Okay, so now as it starts to thicken, you just put a little chicken broth in at a time. So I'm gonna add more chicken broth, but it's pretty nice and thick now. As I'm getting the sauce prepared, Chef Marquita will start preparing the enchiladas.
Yes, so you're gonna take your...
Here, let's move this out the way so they can
let's
see.
do that. Perfect, thank you.
Is that enough space for you?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so you need that right there.
That. Okay, so you're gonna take your tortilla, scoop your shrimp. You wanna make sure that it's not too stuffed. Got your pan, make sure you grease your pan. And then you're gonna roll it. So what I like to do whenever I make enchiladas, I like to move my ingredients to one side of the tortilla so it's easier for you to roll it.
Very good. Good note,
Yes.
listeners, viewers.
Then you want to make sure that the flap side is down. It's facing away from you so that it's not unrolled as it cooks.
And as you see, my sauce is thickening really nice. So I'm gonna let that get a little thicker. Then I'm gonna finish up with the chicken broth. When I first saw this, I was like, I have to make it because that's my 2 favorite things are shrimp and Mexican food. So to incorporate those 2 together, it was like heaven for me. Okay, so I'm gonna add in the last of my chicken broth. So remember, it was 3 cups of chicken broth. So that's it for that, and I'm gonna let it thicken up a little bit more. And then we're gonna add in our cheese, and we're gonna add in our sour cream. And remember, you turned the oven on, so that's nice and hot. I'm gonna take this and put it in the oven on a 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, kind of depends on your oven. And we're gonna take it out, and Chef Marquita and I are gonna have a wonderful meal. My other lovely assistant is in the house preparing the rice and the beans. You'll meet her a little later, otherwise known as my wife. And you all check it out, Chef Marquita style. Hold it up so they can see.
All right. Here we go.
And she oiled the pan with a sprayed oil. Okay, so I have a nice sauce now. So now we're going to add in our 2 cups of cheese. 1 cup of cheese, I'm sorry. 1 cup of cheese. Okay, so we're going to stir that up. And this is what's going to really make your sauce get nice and thick. It's the cheese. And this is so this is Monterey Jack cheese. You can also use some cheddar cheese. You can use pepper jack cheese.
Chihuahua cheese
You
is
use
good
Chihuahua
for
cheese.
this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It has a little bit of a smoky taste to it.
Right,
So.
right. We're just letting this melt. It's been such a pleasure working with you today, Marquita.
Thanks for inviting me, John.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the salsa guacamole expert and margarita
Yes.
expert.
Marquita with the margaritas.
Yeah, sometimes I call you Margarita rather than Marquita. So this recipe will make 12 enchiladas. We're gonna pour this wonderful, wonderful sauce over it. I might have to sprinkle a little red pepper on here, a little crushed red peppers. Spice it up a little bit, but no, we got jalapenos, so we are good.
Yep.
What's going on with my fire today? I'm sorry. We have our great music playing in the background. Those look so wonderful.
That
My
looks
God.
amazing.
It really does, doesn't it?
Right. Enjoy some of those with the margarita, little Tito Puente playing in the background.
Yeah. It's a wonderful day in the
Yes.
neighborhood. Okay. There we go.
It's done here.
Making these videos has been so enlightening for me on so many levels. You know, learn the technology, to learn how to teach people, because I just like to cook. But it has been such a blessing to me. And I hope I've been a blessing to you guys. So now you see the cheese sauce is really nice and thick. We getting there. We got a little visitor in my outdoor kitchen. Get away. Little B.
Goodbye.
He's like, I want some of them shrimp
Right.
enchiladas.
Right.
So now we're going to start to incorporate our sour cream. This is 1 cup of sour cream. Put about half in at a time. I'm not going to want to do anything the rest of the day after this.
Right. I think we're gonna be able to move after these.
Because me and Chef Marquita and my wife, we eat all these.
Yes.
No. I guess we'll send some to your husband.
I guess Ernest can have some. I think he earned a couple today.
If not, he's not letting you back in the house.
Right.
Okay. So she's got them all ready. Were you able to get a dozen in there?
Able to get 10 in here.
10?
Let's see
Okay.
if I can
Okay.
fit a couple more. Let's
Okay.
see what we can do here.
Now we use another little.
Yeah.
Oh, this sauce is amazing. Oh my God.
That looks so delicious. Anything with cheese is good with me.
And actually, with this recipe, you don't have to put it in the oven. You can actually just pour the cheese sauce over it and just get ready to eat. But putting it in the oven lets it get a little more creamy, lets it kind of soak into the tortilla shells, so they can get the full flavor. Okay. We'll just eat them shrimp on the side.
Right.
Okay, I'm almost ready.
That works.
Okay. That's it?
I have one
One
more.
more?
Yeah, I was paying attention to my mom all those years when she would make the enchiladas for me. And
So the sauce is ready. Just waiting on you now.
right. This last one to
I could eat that just like that.
go. Right. It's a nice
Sorry.
meal for the last of these summer days. Right.
With the bees.
With the bees.
You know, the bees are bad in August and September in Chicago. I don't know about anywhere else, but bad in Chicago. Matter of fact, we have a funny story to tell. Last year, she got married about a year ago, September 5th. The bees took over the reception. They had an outdoor reception. The people had to go in the house because the bees weren't the food so bad.
Yes.
And of course, I cooked it, so.
Right. They said, you know,
They
we
always-
want to take some of John's
Right, they always chasing me down. The bees are chasing me down. So now, okay, I'm gonna move this out the way. There you go. So now we're gonna just take this wonderful sauce. It's almost like a bechamel sauce, but this is more of a authentic Hispanic sauce, and just pour it over all those. Oh my God!
That was delicious.
Woo! Get away, bee! You can't have any. Oh my God!
Look at that.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So now I'm gonna borrow some of your. You have some more cilantro cut up?
I do. You know,
have some
let me
chopped
cut,
up?
let me cut some for you. Get that for you really, really, really quick.
Oh, okay. You got your cutting board.
Yeah,
You
my
came
cutting
prepared.
board. Cut some of these
So we're
up.
gonna just put a little bit on there.
Yeah. Throw it on.
Boy, this bee done got into my kitchen.
He said the humans can't have all the fun.
Right. Oh my God. I got it. Okay.
Hurry this up for you.
Well, it's the perfect amount too. Isn't it?
Yes.
So you can see this wonderful dish. This is a large casserole dish. Perfect for a party.
Right.
Especially this time of year. Okay, so she's cutting up some. Okay, we're gonna cut the camera off for a minute so we can kill these bees. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Just need to borrow your knife for a second,
Okay.
please, Chef.
Okay.
No, you can't have the salsa. Bee.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So, all right, we're just gonna
What is it that attracted them?
finally cut this. I wonder if
I'm gonna
it's
sneak and have a shrimp.
I wonder if it's the lime.
So we're on break. We're gonna make sure we get rid of the bees.
Yes.
I'm having an absolute ball out here. We should have had margaritas while we were doing this.
Right, that would have been perfect.
We'd have had a party out here. That's good.
All right, is that good, Chef?
Yeah, that's
All
good.
right.
Okay. So you can do the honor to sprinkle some on top.
Razzle dazzle.
There you go.
Okay.
Just sprinkle some right on top of there.
All
We'll
right.
get it in
So
the
I'll
oven.
take some of the cilantro and just sprinkle it right on over.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Get some here in the corners.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Ah.
All right. That's it. All right.
Okay. So we're gonna take a little break, put this in the oven for about 10 minutes, and we'll be right back. So finally, we are back. We got rid of the bees. The dish is ready. It's beautiful.
Hey, look at that.
It's wonderful. So we're gonna take our cut. We're gonna have our taste like it's always. I'm gonna start from this end. It's a beautiful creamy sauce. I think so.
Amazing.
We'll get one to Chef Marquita
All right,
first.
thank you, Chef John.
Ooh, I like that. I can taste a little jalapeno
Right.
already. Okay. Okay, let's take. You need sour cream?
Alright. You know what? I'm going to take some salsa.
Oh yeah, some
Yeah,
salsa.
make sure you top it off with the...
So we'll top it off with
Right.
the famous Marquita salsa.
Yes.
Put mine right here on the side. I'm gonna put yours on there for
Alright,
you.
yeah.
Right in there.
Alright.
You want more?
Thank you, my friend. No, that's perfect.
Okay,
Thanks, Chef.
that's a start for us.
Right.
And we have the famous Marquita
Salud.
margarita. Okay, guess we take a drink
Cheers
first.
to friendship.
Woo! Okay.
Hurt.
So now let's taste
Right.
this. Need a knife, there you go.
Alright, thank you, Chef.
Okay. So we're gonna taste shrimp enchilada. Amazing. What do you think,
It's a
Marquita?
new favorite, I think.
Oh God, with the salsa. I might not be able to close this video because I'm too busy eating.
Thanks for having me over, Chef.
Thank you for helping me today.
No problem.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Well, this is it. Shrimp enchilada and a creamy sauce with Chef Marquita's homemade salsa and Chef Marquita's famous margaritas. Salute. Thank you all so much. See you on the next video.
Bye. Adios.